Rant summer is here. Head on over to AJsRANTroom.com. We got all of your summer needs covered. From bathing suits to swim trunks, flip-flops and tote bags, towels, tanks, and muscle shirts. Oh, and you can't forget about the visors and the hats. It's lit. So head on over to AJsRANTroom.com and get your summer poppin'. You won't be disappointed. It's always lit over at AJsRANTroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to AJsRANTroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed. What have you done for me lately? Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, yeah. What have you done for me lately? Dun, 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 dun. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lunchtime Rant. We actually got to go on time. I know I moved the time back to 12:15 because I thought, it's quality control's birthday. So I didn't know quality control was gonna be here. So I thought, okay, it's fine. It's not a lot of videos, but quality control is here. So we had, got it together the last couple of seconds. Hope everybody's good. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody is feeling good, feeling right. Now let's expose this demon. Hold on. First of all, I'm very proud of my the thumbnail for this show. I'm so proud of it. Well, I I am proud of it, but apparently my MacBook isn't because it's not allowing me to click on the photo. There it is. Why can't I ever get the justice? Why can I get the respect that I'm entitled to? Isn't that great? I like it. I could have worked on it a little bit more, but look, it was a rush. It was a rush job. Before a rush job, y'all get the artistic statement I'm trying to make here, right? Anyway, I still haven't committed this man's name to my head. I just can't do it. You just ever can. No matter how many times you talk about someone, you just can never remember their name. He's one of these people. I just can't commit his name to memory, and I always have to read it. And if I go to like type his name in like a search, I can never remember it. I've called him everything. Keep it. So I'm getting there. Wait, what is his name? Zohran Mamdani. I would call him the sand nigga, but we'll reserve. There's an interesting backstory. When I read his Wikipedia page yesterday, it said he was an Indo-Ugandan, right? Indian Ugandan. And what was so interesting about that is I instantly thought of a movie called Mississippi Masala. Now, for those who don't know what Mississippi Masala is, it was a movie. It came out in the early 90s. It was about the Indian Ugandans. They were being pushed out by the Africans, the African Ugandans or whatever. I don't know how they got there in the first place. It's all explained in the movie. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. But Denzel Washington is in that movie, and I forgot the woman's name. Hold on, let me look it up. I looked it up. She's in that Sex and the City show. Um, uh, what is it? The new one. SSIPP. Just like that. Masala. Okay, so Denzel Washington and Sarita you know what? We're not even gonna do this to ourselves. Uh, let's just do this. All right. So she is Hyde, and I don't know how to say her name, but that's her name. Sarita. We'll just call her Sarita. Anyway, the director of this film is Zohran's mama. So there's your connection to Hollywood. Because I was watching, and I'll show you in a moment, I was watching a video on his rap career. Apparently he is a rapper, and they said that his mother directed something, a video for him or something. And I was like, well, who's his mother? And then I looked her up, and then I reminded, this took me right back to being a young kid, because I remember seeing this movie many, 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 many years ago. And uh, I think I saw it, probably might have seen it with my mother, if I can remember. Not in the theater, but like at home. But so his mama's a big time director in Hollywood. So there's the first connection to the plot. Now let's go to this interesting little article here in the Guardian. No, I ain't paying for anything. Anyway, New Yorkers have been betrayed. Can Zohran Mamdani become the most progressive mayor in the city's history? 6 months ago, the 33-year-old was an unknown outsider polling in single digits. Oh, shocking. Now he is in striking distance of becoming New York's youngest, most left-wing mayor in a century. Zohran Kwame Mamdani is huddling with advisors, surrounded by agitated protesters, New York City Police Department, and lines of metal barriers pinning us in. An hour ago, Brad Lander, the elected controller of New York, who is running against Mamdani in the race to become the city's next mayor, was arrested by masked agents of ICE as he accompanied an individual out of immigration court. Video shows the agent shoving Lander against the wall, handcuffing him, and scuffling him away. In the incident has clearly rattled Mamdani. He looks tense, and when greeted by supporters, his trademark beaming smile is replaced by a tight grin. Days earlier, Mamdani cross-endorsed with fellow progressive Lander ahead of Tuesday's Democratic primary, which makes this personal. This is horrifying, he says. Can we just get to the part where we talk about him? I don't care about this stupid story. I hugged him. Da, 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 da. It's not possible given the race. Blah blah blah. I don't care. That Mandami. Blah blah blah. That Mandami should be a serious contender for the leadership of America's largest city. Is both signs of the times and of individual capabilities. I don't know about that. I don't know for it. It's a sign of the times, but there ain't no individual capabilities. Polls show him within striking distance of front runner. Okay, this is before the thing actually went down. So obviously he's now the nominee. And so let's give a little backstory on our homeboy here before we get into these ridiculous New Yorkers who are co-signing this stupidity. And still a little background check. So, where's Homeboy from? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm messing up here. Here we go. There we go. Hopefully, I don't accidentally close everything and mess this whole thing up. But so here we go. Zohran Mamdani. He was born October 18th, 1991. Wait, when was Mississippi Masala released? Mississippi Masala was released in 1991. So Mama was pregnant while she was making a movie? Interesting. Anyway, is an American politician who has served as a member of the New York State Assembly from the 36th district based in Queens. Of course, it's Queens. How did I know it was Queens? How did I know it was Queens? He looks like Queens. No offense to people from Queens. Tony. A member of the Democrat Party and the Democrat Socialist of America. You should just stop reading right there. Once you know they're a part of that, you know this ain't for you. But New Yorkers are so stupid, they'll continue to read. I mean, they'll continue to support. He is a presumptive Democrat nominee for mayor of New York City in the 2025 election. The son of academic Mahmoud Mamdani and filmmaker Mira Nar. Mamdani was born in Uganda and briefly lived in South Africa. He could be president. Barack was. He immigrated to the United States when he was 7 years old and settled in New York City. After graduating from the Bronx High School of Science, which I took the test for and didn't get in, but that's fine. I wasn't meant to be a scientist. I was meant to be artist. Mamdani earned a bachelor's degree in Africana Studies from what? Bowdoin, whatever, some school. He worked as a housing counselor and hip hop musician before entering politics. Oh, we're going to get into the hip hop career. We're going to touch on that in a little bit. You know, his some troubling lyrics in one of his songs, but he was first elected to the New York State Assembly in 2020 after defeating four-term incumbent Aravela Simotas and has been reelected without opposition. Oh, well, then you weren't reelected. If there's no opposition. Is that really a reelection if you have no opposition? Okay, I just want to be clear. In 2024, Mamdani announced his candidacy for mayor of New York City in the 2025 mayoral election. His campaign platform includes support for free buses, public child care, city-owned grocery stores, a rent freeze on stabilized units, and building affordable social housing units. He is a critic of Israel. During the Democratic primary campaign, Mamdani received several endorsements from prominent progressive politicians, including Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. In the June 2025 primary election, Mamdani became the presumptive nominee. Great. So he was born in the bush in Kampala, Uganda. Great, we went over that already. So we got his backstory. Now, can we do the rap career one first? The rap career video first. So his mama's a director. He's decided that we're gonna do some I know I'm terrible. Oh. Oh, who's I Skywalking? Hi, I Skywalking. No, we don't Aunt Jemima here. We're in 2025. You want to be a slave. I don't. I was never a slave, never will be one, unless I choose to do something freaky. But that's my business. So Homeboy was a rapper. And I'm pretty sure New Yorkers weren't aware of his SoundCloud rapping before I'm a mess. Anyway, roll it.
In 2017, Zohran Mamdani released a rap track that praised 5 convicted Hamas funders known as the Holy Land Five. Now he wants to run New York.
Zohran, my love to the Holy Land flames. You better look 'em up.
Mamdani says, look him up. So we did. These 5 men were convicted of funneling over $12 million to Hamas, a U.S. designated terrorist organization responsible for the murder, rape, and kidnapping of civilians, including Americans. Mamdani sent his love to convicted Hamas funders. Let that sink in.
No ban, no wall, build it up, we'll make it fall.
Mamdani says, no wall will make it fall. That's an open door for criminals and chaos. Zohran Mamdani stands with convicted terrorist funders and wants open borders. This is New York City, not a sanctuary for terrorists. Zohran Mamdani, unfit, un-American, unthinkable.
All of the above. No ban, no wall. If you build it, we'll make it fall. New Yorkers, y'all forget COVID? Did y'all forget what happened? Did y'all forget the y'all being designated a sanctuary city without the voters approving that? They just made New York City a sanctuary city. And do y'all remember the invasion of migrants into y'all city? Yeah. You remember the shelters in Queens where one was a men's shelter where they told the men that they had probably 24 hours to get out so they can make space for migrant families. These are homeless people, yes, but they pay taxes. And they said, we don't give a damn if you pay taxes. We don't give a damn that you're US citizens. We don't give a damn that you're down and out. Get out. Didn't set them up to go somewhere else, just told them they had to figure it out. So they could let Ese and Jose and Consuela dwell in a country they have no connection to, other than they want to live off resources that they didn't pay into. Could you imagine being a homeless person who paid taxes? You paid into the system. You fall down on your luck. You down for a moment. You figuring it out. And they're being told you have to get out to make room for something that makes no sense. Did you imagine? Yeah. That's what we don't want. New Yorkers, I don't know why y'all accepted this candidate, but let me tell you what this is. In the article I read, he single digits. How you go from single digits to the top of the ticket? It's called being a plant. It happens in music all the time. It happens in movies all the time. You think this Doshi rapper is being pushed in our face because she's amazing? She's good at what she does, but we're good. Cardi B was a plant. She was a plant to take down Nicki Minaj. It happens all the time to me. Even Mariah Carey was a plant. So never saying because you're a plant that you're not talented. But there are good plants, and then there's this. New Yorkers, especially those who were there on 9/11. I don't want to hear nothing about Islamophobia. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. I don't care. You have the right to stand up for your city and say it like you mean it. You have the right to say, this makes me uncomfortable. You have the right to say that this isn't going to work. Because a lot of these lofty dreams and these big policies, actually, Prince, can we go to the Eric Adams video? And then we'll get to the dumb New Yorkers. And so Eric Adams went on Fox News and he didn't mince words as he should not have. Roll it.
Democratic socialist. He wants to freeze the rent. He wants city-run grocery stores, social workers to replace the police because that's going to help. He wants $60 billion of debt fund for affordable housing. He wants free buses, no cost for childcare, baby baskets for newborn, and a $30 minimum wage. How can someone vote for this?
He's a snake oil salesman.
Facts.
He will say and do anything to get elected. Think about this for a moment. He wants to raise 1%. He wants to raise tax on 1% of New Yorkers' high-income earners. As the mayor, you don't have the authority to do that. You know who has the authority to do that? An assemblyman, which he is. He wants to do free buses. He could have done it at assemblyman. He doesn't understand the power of government and how you must making sure you improve your economy, raise the standard of living. And this is what we've done in the city. And I'm looking forward to being on the campaign trail and showing New Yorkers we can't go backwards.
Facts.
And New Yorkers never surrender or quit. I'm never going to quit for the city that I
Pause,
love.
pause,
That is
pause, pause,
so
pause, pause,
interesting.
pause.
You're in the
All right, right. So suddenly Eric Adams don't look so bad, huh? Suddenly we'll take it. We'll take it. If this is what you're gonna do, we'll take another for whatever the terms are. I think it's 2 or 4 years. However long the mayoral term is in New York. W- w- we'll take it. I'm talking about we'll take it like I won't be voting for mayor, but you know what I'm saying. As a New Yorker, it's still my city forever, even though I'll probably never live there again. But it's still my city. So sitting here, listening to a sitting mayor, he's the city mayor. And you know why he was pushed aside by the Democrat Party? Because he wouldn't go along with sanctuary cities, illegal immigrants running amok. Is he perfect? No, not by no stretch of the imagination is this man perfect. But you're never going to get perfection in any of these politicians. But it's what are you willing to tolerate? Are you literally willing to tolerate extremists making decisions for your city? I mean, it's bad enough he's an assemblyman, but that can be regulated. Him wielding power as mayor? Not so much. Not for the largest city in the world and one of the greatest cities in the world for all its flaws. So when the city mayor is saying you can't even do this, you could actually do this right now. Why didn't you do it? And so the debates are going to be very interesting, and I cannot wait for these debates. I watched the last mayoral debate when he debated the stupid Republican who's running again. Who I don't know why he's running. Just like sit down. Just some people just like shut up. Republican Party figure this out. But I think he's going to go on now to talk about Andrew Cuomo, who uh, dropped out, and now Andrew Cuomo is considering running as an independent. So that basically cuts into Eric Adams' vote, and I think there's 2 other people on the ticket. Go ahead, Ro.
position. So you know you don't have the authority to do that. Yet he's running on all these promises he's not going to be able to fulfill. And New Yorkers are buying it. Now, Cuomo did say he hasn't ruled out whether or not he's going to run as an independent, which means he would be on your ticket. He would run against you. How would that affect your race in the field?
I've said this over and over again. People know me by saying 3 things: stay focused, no distractions, and grind. That's what everyday New Yorkers do. I'm a working class man. I'm probably the first working class union card carrying man in the history of this city. Andrew at this time should realize that the time has moved on. He just did not bring the energy of wanting to be mayor. And New Yorkers, they have this smell test. They know, do you want the job? You can't come out on weekends, go to a black church, go eat fried chicken, and all of a sudden saying that I have the black vote, I have the working class people vote. It's just not the reality. People know if you want the job. He didn't want the job.
Right.
What has your phone been like since Mamdani won, who's a BDS guy? He is anti-Semitic. He's anti-Israel. He's going to arrest Prime Minister Netanyahu if he comes to city. So now, all of a sudden, Eric Adams, you might be the only thing to stop, along with Curtis Sliwa, him from becoming the next mayor. What has it been like since the results have basically been all but official?
Of a lot of communications. I think I slept an hour and a half because the phone was going off all night. People understand this moment.
Coming back to you?
In a combination, a lot of people did.
Sliwa, that's how you say his name, the Republican nominee, Curtis Sliwa. I think he should drop out as well. Just boil this down to Eric Adams and the sand nigger. I still can't see. Zohran. I only know his name when I read it. That's a bad sign if I can't remember your name. Whatever. Anyway, so speaking of dumb New Yorkers, I also want you to note one thing about most of the people in this clip, but roll it.
Going to probably vote for Mamdani because the New York Times recommended him and Bernie Sanders recommended him. So I'm a New Yorker.
The New York Times recommended him, and Bernie Sanders recommended him. So somebody recommends something and you just go with it. You don't vet the person yourself. You don't go do an autopsy on this person's background. No, you just do it. You just do it because the New York Times and Bernie Sanders told you to do it. If Democrat socialism is so beautiful, why doesn't Bernie Sanders participate in it? Why isn't he a reflection of what he claims he stands for? Bernie Sanders is a capitalist. Surprise, surprise. Bernie Sanders has homes all over. He has at least 3 homes. Can y'all make that make sense? You just gonna do something to do it. I don't give a damn if you come to me with a full recommendation. I'm still gonna do a background check on you. Who are you? Where are you from? And all of a sudden you came out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden you're like the it guy. Nah, who are you? And then you talk about, Eric Adams talk about the smell test. Where were the 43% of these New Yorkers that voted for this man? Where's y'all smell test? Y'all didn't look at this and say, okay, yes, I know we want a shiny new toy. I get it. We're bored. We're sick of these old people. I get it. But you got to do it right. These lofty dreams, all of this stuff. Ask the people in Venezuela about the lofty dreams and then what it became. If New York could get any worse, yeah, yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Keep going, Prince.
For Mamdani because he aligns with a lot of my principles and what I stand for, and I think he's going to make the city a lot better.
We really need a refreshing change in the city that we haven't seen in years, and he's our man.
Yeah, who are you going to vote for?
Oh, Mamdani. Yeah, because he represents a progressive, vision for the working class and a change from what hasn't worked in this city. And I can't speak for you, but I'm not a Cuomo fan.
I'm not a Cuomo fan either. It's because of Cuomo not being able to keep his hands to himself that we got that raging lunatic of a governor. Who's we? That y'all got that raging lunatic of a governor who is just as extreme as this dude running for mayor. She's shelling out cash to represent illegal aliens. Y'all taxpayer cash, y'all money. And y'all probably gonna vote for her again. But homeboy here, New York City, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Don't listen to these people. What hasn't worked is every mayor after Michael Bloomberg hasn't worked. So that's Bill de Blasio, and then that's Eric Adams. Michael Bloomberg wasn't great. He kept changing parties like people change draws. He bought a third term. I understand all that. Then you had Giuliani, who in my lifetime was the best mayor. He cleaned up New York City, cleaned up Times Square. He made it's never going to be, you know, a nirvana, but it was palatable, right? Cleaned it up, clean up well. Now you can have your gripes about stop and frisk and all of that stuff, and we had that conversation already, but it is what it is. If you're not acting like criminals, we won't. You know, you don't have to sit around and crying about constitutional rights. Why are you committing crimes? These are the dumb New Yorkers, ladies and gentlemen. These are the stupid ones. And only one of them looked like they were under 40. No, I'm not being ageist. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. These people are old as hell. So they, if I can only reference Giuliani, they probably go back further. What are we doing here? Oh, he has a lot of my beliefs and my philosophy. So free shit. That's your philosophy. Free stuff. Tax the 1%. Never gonna happen. The 1% will be out of New York quicker than you could say habla. They'll be gone. Corporations, they ain't afraid to leave either. Corporations relocate all the time. You think they're gonna stay here and be taxed up the wazoo and then have to pay motherfuckers $30 an hour to wrap burritos? McDonald's employees want $30 an hour and they can't even like follow simple instructions. Not all. And then God forbid if you send it back. But you want $30 an hour, but you can't even say hi, welcome to McDonald's. I told you about my thing at the drive-thru. First of all, I had no business being there, but I went to the drive-thru and she was like, "You could order." Huh? Hi, welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order? Or using the app? Like, no, nothing. You could order. So you could order is supposed to get $30 an hour. Y'all just y'all wonder why there's only like half a cashier at Target. There's like 3 cashiers at Walmart. This is why. Oh, well, for the amount of money we'll pay this human being, we can just have self-checkout. That's cheaper. It's easier to manage. We don't have to give it health insurance. We don't have to give it a livable wage. It just has to function. So yeah, the more y'all act up, and then y'all saw they had the, I don't know if they still have it, but they had that experimental all automated McDonald's. So where machines was making everything. So you don't think that's already in the works? Y'all try this $30 an hour stuff. It ain't gonna work. It's illogical. And here's the thing, you shouldn't be aiming for the minimum wage. The minimum wage should not be aspirational. The minimum wage is for high school students. The minimum wage is for maybe an entry-level job out of college. But if you decided to open up your leg and have 6 kids with a bum motherfucker who ended up leaving you, but you already knew he was going to leave you, figure it out. Figure it out. Life happens. Figure it out. But this whole notion that you're entitled to this ridiculous amount of money to do nothing because you want to aim low, because you are ambitionless. $30 an hour to do menial labor. No. Go get you a career. Go get you a trade or something. But anyway, those are the dingbats. And then I have this so we got Homeboy's rap career. Now let's go back to his campaign platform. Oops, wrong window. All right, the rent's too damn high. Yeah, remember that guy? The rent's too damn high. It is, but that's not the way to fix it. So here's the lofty dreams. He wants a rent freeze on rent controlled apartments. He wants to build affordable housing. This is all. Why is the aspiration to keep y'all broke? Do y'all not understand this is what this is? This affordable housing thing is called a trick, right? You shouldn't aspire. Affordable housing, the project, Section 8, all of that stuff should be used as a stepping stone. That's what that stuff was originally created for, a stepping stone. I believe it was Bill Cosby, and I can't believe I'm quoting Bill Cosby. He said, the projects is not a place for 5 generations of the Johnson family to be born. And he was right. This stuff is not something you should aspire to. This is why it gets abused all the time. This is why people take advantage of it. This is why people get arrested for stealing $500,000 worth of food stamps that they had no business collecting. This is the pimp and the prostitute. They give you just enough. I believe it was Angela Stanton King who said she was dating a dude who would give her just enough. He had enough money to help her start a business, but he wouldn't do that because he needed her to need him. So as long as you need them, they're going to keep you in bouts of poverty and despair. What should be on here is welfare reform, where there's an actual weaning off period, where we give you 8 weeks. So it's like you receive that notice, you have 8 weeks to find a job. The welfare state should not be something you aspire to. You get pregnant, your first like, oh, we gotta go get no. The aspiration should not be social programs. It's a horrible mentality to have. I grew up in the project, so I know this. I'm not speaking from some silver spoon on the top of the hill. I know the mentality. I grew up around it. I detested it. And I knew it wasn't going to be me. Never, ever, ever. Cracking down on bad landlords. 1 in 10 renter households report a lack of adequate heat last winter. 1 in 4 reported mice or rats in their homes. 500,000 live in poor quality housing. Gee, I wonder why. It's not all the landlord. It's not all on the landlord. Yes, there are some absolute asshole landlords. I had one in the Bronx. But it's not always all on them. Every New Yorker deserves a safe and healthy place to call home. That's why Zohran will overhaul the mayor's office to protect tenants and coordinate code enforcement under one roof, making sure agencies work together to hold owners responsible for the conditions of their buildings. This is a slippery slope. Tenants will be able to schedule and track inspections with a revamped 311. If a landlord refuses to make a repair, the city will do it and send them the bill. Again, slippery slope. And in the most extreme cases, because you don't understand, the leases that these people sign are also this thick, right? And so there's obviously going to be wording in there that protects them from what they can and can't do in terms of repairs and how extreme the repairs have to be and all of that stuff. So just simply setting up a city hotline and then sending them the bill, like it's a bit dumb. And in most extreme cases, when the owner demonstrates consistent neglect for their tenants, the city will decisively step in and take control of their properties. No, this is terrible. This is no. Here's the thing. Why are you not in the driver's seat of your life? When I lived in that shitty apartment in the Bronx, I said, this isn't going to work. I'm not going to sit here fighting for 20 years to live in this shitty building, in this shitty apartment. No, I'm just going to, what's next? Ultimately, where do I want to live and how do I want to live? That's up to me. So if you're not going to provide that, I'm not going to waste years of my life fighting for this, settling for this. That's up to you. If you stop renting from these people, they'll start doing the damn work because there'll be nobody to collect money from because nobody wants to rent from you. But, far be it for me to make a solution that's productive. Just wait for the government to come help us. Where's the illegal immigration one? There was one on illegals. Wait, is it not here? No jobs out there. Paying for our agenda, climate, LGBTQI, healthcare, labor, small business, libraries. Is it under here? The Trump proofing? Donald Trump is. Oh, maybe it was somewhere else. Oh, I thought he had a tab for that, but apparently he doesn't. This is a stupid platform, and it's going to be literally destroyed on a debate stage. Eric Adams, I believe, is ready to destroy him on a debate stage. I cannot wait for the debate. It's going to be clear. It's going to be concise, and I just really just want it to be those two. But I get it. Other people have the right to do what they need to do as well. But if y'all end up electing this man to the mayoral position, I just want to remind y'all of one thing. Do y'all remember this day? Y'all remember this day? Y'all remember this day? I know I remember this day. So when you're dealing with an extremist like this, a leftist like this, a crazy person who has the charisma, he it's a great facade, right? Much like my thumbnail. There's the facade, but there's the intention. Right? The facade, oh, great smile, charismatic. Oh, yes, he's young. But the intention are those red eyes. So I don't give a damn about your Islamophobia and it did this, that, and hey, and who did what, and who said what. I don't care. This man is a free Palestine maniac. Soccer lovers for Palestine. Palestinian liberation. Why aren't you in Palestine doing this? Like, why are you here doing this? Shouldn't you be over there doing that? Like, what are you holding up a sign in America? You get to go play soccer and then go have Starbucks after. Really? How is that helping the Palestinian people? Performative gestures to get you to think that they're really about it as they rest in their privilege and have you clapping like a seal thinking they're the second coming of Jesus. It's fraudulent. What did Eric Adams say? He's a snake oil salesman. He'll woo you in, get you all lubed up, ready to go. Then as soon as you co-sign, rah, bite your head off. And this is what y'all look like doing it. I know it's Paris, but it's all relative. Welcome to my country. Welcome to my land. Oh, the taking your poyo need. No. I don't want to take you in. Never forget. As a New Yorker that was there on 9/11, and it came to me as I was preparing for this that I have PTSD from 9/11. I never realized it. Because I'm thinking like my role in 9/11 was so minor, like I wasn't like that close, but I was close enough, right? And just the way I was affected in getting where I was going that day, being trapped on a train, right? And then it literally dawned on me why I'm hella claustrophobic now. I've never been able to figure it out. And then I realized you're stuck on an F train. But I don't know how long we were stuck there. I know we were there long enough. I didn't know that there was a second plane at that point. I also didn't know that one of the towers had fell. So by the time we limped into 42nd Street, I hurled off that train. There's no way. Y'all ain't taking me nowhere. I'll walk. And I'm walking, and if you look down 6th Avenue, straight down 6th Avenue, you can see the Twin Towers. So I see one building, not realizing that one had already fallen. This is 2001. So we had technology, but we didn't have technology. You know what I mean? So I'm just looking straight down, and I see the hole in the confused people. It's hard, and New Yorkers, we're generally good exterior, tough facade, for the most part. But to see New Yorkers like, what the fuck is happening? And then boom, gas, building gone. And then that's when I realized that the other building had already fallen, because I was like, where's the other one? So this is not Islamophobia. It's called living in reality. Yeah, when you live in reality, you can call bullshit and not care what people call you in return. This is a great marketing campaign, setting y'all up to fail. This idiot will bankrupt New York City. That's not a scare tactic. That is a promise. When people are saying free, 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 just know that somebody's going to pay for it, and it will never be the 1%. It will always be the middle class, which has been decimated in LA, which has been decimated in New York, and basically every major metroplex in this country. Decimated. So don't play in my face. I mean, I got my gripes with New York City. I left for the reasons that I left, but it will always be my hometown, right? So when I see my hometown making dumb decisions, I've always said this, you can't say that nobody told you. So in November, if you decide to shimmy your ass on over to the ballot and vote for that person, you're dumb. You're absolutely ridiculous. And for these old people to be, oh yeah, I'm gonna go with Zohran. I'm gonna go with Zohran. These are the type of people that it's like a fad. We have a new fad. Yeah, I'm just jumping on the trend. No. You can't jump on a trend in politics. That's like when the idiots join MAGA. Oh, it's MAGA. Just shut up. Get out. I want to talk to you. I want to hear from you. All of a sudden, you magnified. All of a sudden, you down with the people. Shut up. Do not go with the flavor of the week, thinking you're going to get a better result. And I can't wait for this man to get on a debate stage without emotion, articulate how he's going to get the 1% to pay more taxes. If the 1% wanted to pay more taxes, they would just pay more taxes. You can voluntarily pay more taxes. The state or the federal will not reject it. So what is the point of wanting to be successful if the more successful you get, the more of your money you don't get to enjoy? What is the point? Again, it's about the mentality. They keep you in perpetual states of poverty and looking crazy. And this is what you get. This is what you get. Free. Oh, we're gonna do free stuff. Free, everything's free. All free, and we're gonna keep Trump out of it. Does Zelda know that one of the major points of the 2024 election was the border, was illegal immigration? Does he know that? Does he know that New Yorkers don't want illegal, the smart ones don't want illegal immigrants in their city? Especially when you have DAs like Alvin Bragg who won't prosecute anyone. When you have to steal up to what, $900 worth of stuff before anyone can get arrested. Really? No. So you're actually saying that New Yorkers don't want what he's offering, but they still picked him? Only 43% of Democrat voters picked him. This is why you people are just not smart. You're not analytical. You don't look at information. 43% of of the Democrats that showed up, because we all know New Yorkers really don't generally show up for these primaries and stuff. They'll show up for the big mayoral thing, but but 43%. And it's your YOU''RE, so delusional. If you're gonna insult me, at least have the grammar work. The grammar ain't working, and I already know what I'm working with. Let's see if my light comes on here. Okay, it'll probably last just long enough for me to do my outro. All right. Alrighty. I appreciate y'all watching today. I got a fresh haircut, so I figured I'd show it off for y'all. I'll probably have a hat on again if I try to grow my hair out again, which I probably won't. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully I gave you some insight into Somalia or whatever his name is. And oh Lord, who said that? You, Prince? Wait, now I gotta look. Oh damn! See, I was supposed to get through the outro. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all so much. We will catch. Oh wait, it's Thursday, so we'll have one more show tomorrow. Appreciate y'all. Peace out.